Trust. Megan, it's the OPEB Trust meeting. The members so far who are here for the OPEB Trust is Christine Joy, treasurer, Charlie Kilmer, and Sean Noel. So we have a procedural annual meeting for the OPEB Trust. So welcome to that meeting. And without further ado, I'm going to ask Sean to run the meeting.
You're supposed to rotate that. So.
That was my fault. I kind of volunteered you.
Yeah, I got it right here. So. This meeting is accessible to people with disabilities. Microphones or telephones will be used by all speakers. Large print materials are available upon advance request. If you would like either of these accommodations, please contact Mary Waldron at 508-583-1833. Notice of non-discrimination rights and protections to beneficiaries with regards to the federal Title VI non-discrimination protections and state non-discrimination protections is posted in this meeting room and is available on the Old Colony Planning Council website. Please contact Mary Waldron at 508-583-1833 for more information. Thank you. So, very brief agenda. Yeah. Actually,
There's three.
sorry.
Yep. Oh, here, Sean. Guess what? Congratulations.
Oh,
Is it on? It should be adjusted. Yeah. You have to talk like into it.
thank you. That's how microphone works?
Well, no,
Talk
it's like.
into it? Okay.
There we go.
Thank
There we
you
go.
very much. All right. So, if everybody would like to take a minute to review the minutes from our last meeting in January, go ahead and do so, and then you accept a motion to accept the minutes as presented. No, no, I'm talking to Paul. Public comment.
I'm making a motion to accept the minutes.
Okay, we have a motion to accept the minutes. Do we have a second? Have a second. Any discussion? Concerns about the minutes?
But I can.
All those in favor of accepting the minutes as read? This is the easiest meeting ever. Yeah, oh, that's true. We need to do a roll call though. I apologize. So, Charlie Kilmer?
Yeah,
Fair. Okay. I never know with you guys. The else is to show hands. Okay, so, basically at this point, when would we look to be, well, actually, let's go over the returns for this current period, which is on your back page. Fund started with 1.2645 million. We had contributions of 10,000 during the period. Earnings in the period, 576. Expenses of 365.70, leaving us a net balance at the end of May of $1,316,256.55. So again, rather good returns for the month. We had a couple of difficult ones, but it seems to have recovered. Seems like the strategy of trying to take advantage of down markets when they slip, which seems to be working pretty well. So, so one other, because I'm not sure if this is even an action item, but we do need to have a discussion because we are running into some issues with the contribution. It used to be when we were running it through Rockland Trust, all we had to do was just run down the street to put a deposit in. Now we have to send those funds to California. And so we have to make sure we're doing it in a timely enough manner for it to be able to show in the actual period that we're making the contribution. As a matter of fact, I ended up this month having to overnight it, which was a $31 cost. So I believe there is an option for us to be able to do a wire or ACH transfer. However, we would need to sign an agreement with Rockland Trust. And I think that's going to fall to you as the treasurer. We would need to sign a wire ACH agreement with them. That would give us the capability. That if somebody likes, I can look into what the details are to find out what we actually have to get that done. And I believe it ends up being a monthly fee. And it would allow us to do ACH transfer as many as we want. But we would pay kind of a one monthly fee, similar to what we do with the, with deposit thing. Okay, so, if everybody's amenable to that.
Yeah.
I mean, it's really not much of a vote here because nothing's changing about who's making the contributions. It's just how we make it.
Just.
Right. So it just makes it a little bit more convenient and a little bit more time. So,
All right, so we can, work together with, Brenda and, we'll grab and
Yep,
sign it.
yep, I'll find out from Rock exactly what we need to do, have them send me the documentation. And then we'll arrange the signatures and if we have to make some sort of a visit to a branch, I'll. Okay? All right, do we feel there's a need to meet before, say, September, October? All right, so,
And before you adjourn, if I could, just for the members who are here and for some of the staff, Sean, maybe just take a second, to explain again what the OPEB trust is. That would be helpful. And then in addition to that, there are two other members. Again, the process had been, the OPEB trust was that, initially it was just one person, but there are 5 members. The other people are Pat Chiamella, as well as Stephen Santusonio. So there were 5 members. Sean was elected by the staff and Pat was elected by the retirees. And then Charlie was appointed and as well as Christine was appointed. So I think that's it.
No.
So I want to just take a minute and there's also people
Sure.
online.
so the OPEB actually concerns all of the employees as well as certainly the council. What OPEB stands for is other post-employment benefits. So when folks retire, okay, this is a investment in a fund that will allow us to continue to pay for things like your health insurance, life insurance, basically most of your GIC benefits. Okay, it doesn't affect your pension at all. It doesn't have anything to do with that. That all runs through the Mass State Retirement Board. But what OPEB does is provide us with the fund to be able to afford the liability of having to do that. So those of us that are a little closer to retirement age may be more appreciative of it than say Matt. But as far as the council members should be aware, if you're not, we budget a $60,000 contribution to this end. We usually send $5,000 a month. And so that will, puts us on a track. Charlotte, can you help me with when the planned full?
Right now, the forecast is 2037.
Right, so, every year we have to go through an actuarial analysis on this for us to be able to, them to be able to tell us, when we'll be what they call fully funded. In other words, we'll stop having to make regular contributions. But we would be fully funded in a position where the principal, would be enough to guarantee us being able to support the other post-employment benefits for our retirees. So, at that point, that projects out to be about 2037. So, but it does kind of fluctuate depending on increases in staff, changes in cost, et cetera, et cetera. So, but we continue to work towards that. Any questions about what the OPEB is? Yes, John? Yeah. I suppose we could, at this point, it's just kind of been something that we've budgeted. Occasionally, what?
I assume it's probably cash.
It is, but again, rather than, again, it could be a cash, in most places, it's a cash flow issue, which usually related to the fact that Executive Office of Elder Affairs hasn't paid the AAA money. So I mean, we've been carrying so much of that money on our books for so long at this point.
I just know you're rusty, somebody don't think of.
Yeah, sure, yeah, no, I get it, but that's a good point. Thank you. Anybody else? Yes,
So most towns were left in red when they first came up with it, if anything.
yes,
So the first year, we were all like, kind of in major hole. What we've done over the past is we've budgeted 2% of our salaries annually because the operating budget. So we never have to worry about that contribution amount that's outside, or we don't have to decide on the contribution, but we can
Okay.
add more to it.
Right.
And it's helped our bond ratio.
Alright.
That's been an idea we had a while ago. It's worked well for us.
Oh, that's something to possibly consider. Another situation that we have as well as, unfortunately, I think $60,000 is as much we think we can bear because unfortunately, we kind of have this retirement legislation hanging over our head. So we're not quite sure where that's gonna end up. So, it would just be our luck that we make the decision to, double or triple our contribution to catch up on it, and we have to come up with all of that. So, any other questions? Okay,
Need a motion to adjourn.
we need a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Raise your hands. We're done.
All right, we have 4